Hello students, good morning. How are you? We hope you all fine and enjoying our study from home. So let's continue at chapter 4 of class 11, that is Animal Kingdom. In our last class, we have studied about chordates in short, but in this class, we will study about chordates or phylum Chordata in details. So let's understand it through a flow chart. So first, Chordata is again divided into some divisions. They are divisions. Division Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Phylum Chordata is again divided into three divisions: Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Urochordata, other name is called Tunicata. Urochordata and Cephalochordata together form protochordates. They are called protochordates. Why called protochordates? Because they are the initiator of chordates, means they are the first organisms who have notochord in some part of their lifespan. So they are called protochords. They have common characters, as we studied before, that what are their common characters? They are so much higher organisms. They have organ system level of organization, triploblastic animals. They are completely found in marine water. And some examples are Ascidia, Salpa and Doliolum. Ascidia, Salpa and Doliolum are examples of urochordates. And Cephalochordata is Branchiostoma. That is called Branchiostoma is the example of Cephalochordata. So again, this is all about the division of Urochordata and Cephalochordata. You will study about these divisions in higher classes. In class 11, we will study about division Vertebrata. Vertebrata is again divided into some classes. One is Agnatha and another is Gnathostomata. One is Agnatha, this is Agnatha, and another is Gnathostomata. And the common character is it lacks jaw. Lacks jaw means it has no jaw. Jaw, this is jaw, jabra, which is called jabra, and Gnathostomata have jaw. So again, in Agnatha, the superclass is cyclostomes or cyclostomata. Superclass is cyclostomes. So we will study about cyclostomes. Next, again Gnathostomata have superclass fishes in which all fish are present, and tetrapoda. Tetrapoda means having 4 legs. Here fishes contain fins and here tetrapoda contain limbs. Limbs means legs. So let's study about cyclostomes or cyclostomata. You can see the diagram. This is cyclostomata. This is the diagram of cyclostomata. Their mouth is circular. They have circular mouth. Here the gill slits are present. Normally gill slits present in 4 pairs in higher pieces, but here the gill slits are 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits present, which help them in taking oxygen from water during respiration. Their body is devoid of scales, means they lack scales. Scales, you know scales, snakes have scales, fish have scale, but this species lacks scales. So it is completely marine. I am telling you its general characters. It is completely marine. Its mouth is circular. It is devoid of scales. It has gill slits for respiration. When present inside water, it is completely marine, so obviously it is present inside water. So these gill slits are present in 6 to 15 pairs. How many? 6 to 15 pairs. They have closed circulatory system, means blood is circulated through blood vessels or arteries or veins. That's why we have said that blood is circulated through closed type of circulation. And the example is Petromyzon. This species is Petromyzon. Petromyzon. Myxin. And another example we can give for this cyclostoma is myxine. Where I write, this is myxine. So two examples I have gave you here. One is petromyxin with diagram, and another is myxine. So let's move to Gnathostomata. Again, Gnathostomata, the class Gnathostomata is divided into two superclasses. One is fin bearing and another is limb bearing, means pisces and tetrapods. Again, pisces has two subclasses. One is osteichthyes and another is chondrichthyes. Remember, pisces, this is a superclass. It has again two subclasses. One is osteichthyes and another is chondrichthyes. So let's see what are the characteristic features of osteichthyes and chondrichthyes. First, I will tell you about chondrichthyes. So let's continue. Chondrichthyes. You can write the notes which is written in the blackboard by taking the screenshot during the video continue. So let's move to chondrichthyes. Chondrichthyes, what are its basic general characters? First we have to know its mouth is present ventrally. If I draw the diagram, you can confirm. This is like the diagram is scoliodon. This diagram is scoliodon or called dogfish. Scoliodon or dogfish. Let's see its basic characters. Its mouth is present ventrally. Ventrally means ventral side. You know ventral side. This is ventral side. This is dorsal side. Its mouth is ventral side like us. Our mouth is also ventral side. So its mouth is ventral side. And it has a tough skin. Its skin is so tough. And it has scale that is made up of tiny scales that are made up of placoid scales. Remember, the scale is placoid scale. And the gill slits help it for taking oxygen from water. So here the gill slits are present. This is pectoral fin. This is pectoral fin and this is pelvic fin. This species has a special character. It lacks air bladder. Due to which it may sink in the water. That's why it continuously swims in water. As it lacks air bladder, so it continuously swims. So it have fertilization is external. Development is through indirect. Fertilization is external and development is indirectly, means through a larval stage we can say. So let's see some common characters of this species. It have different type of characters, means the species belong to this class, this subclass have sting bearing, poison bearing and electric fish. Sting bearing and poison bearing fish are found in this subclass. So I will give you the examples of it. First you try to understand. The species of chondrichthyes have differently categorized by regarding who they possess the organ, means they have electric organ through which electric current is produced. You must ever seen in Discovery Channel that how electric current travels or passes up to 50-meter range of its area. And some are poison bears, means some have poison stings, like your trigon. Poison trigon is the fish. It bears poison. And electric fin. Electric fin, that is your torpedo. Torpedo. We can say at electric fish also. Electric fish, torpedo. Poisonous trigon. Okay. So these are the examples of the subclass, that is chondrichthyes. Next is osteichthyes. So let's understand about osteichthyes. The species of osteichthyes is much more developed or modified than osteichthyes. This is much more developed than the species of chondrichthyes. So how? First, their mouth is also present ventrally. They have a closed circulatory system. They maybe live in marine water and fresh water. Their heart is two-chambered, one auricle and one ventricle. You know, this is heart, this is auricle, or can say atrium, this is ventricle. Closed circulation. Closed circulation. They have scales on their body. Ctenoid, cycloid and ctenoid. Remember in biology here C is silent. C-T-E-N-O-I-D. Ctenoid. C is silent. So it has cycloid or ctenoid scales. Whose the species of osteichthyes, and they are of different types. Fertilization is external. They are oviparous. Fertilization is external. Fertilization is external, means the female and male gametes release to water body and they are fused to form zygote. External. Development is direct. Development is direct, means directly developed or matches with the adult. So here are some common characters of osteichthyes. I am repeating again. The species of osteichthyes are found in both marine water and fresh water. They have organ system level of organization. They have scales on their body. I will show you the diagram. You can see. This is caudal fin. This is caudal fin. This is pelvic fin. This is pectoral fin. Here the gill slits are present and that is four pair of gill slits present just below the mouth. Its body is streamlined. Why it is streamlined? Because it moves or it swims in water, due to which to reduce the the speed of water or pressure of water, it has streamlined body. So these are the characters of osteichthyes, and now I am going to give you some examples. One is your flying fish. Flying fish, which is called exocoetus. Exocoetus. Another is hippocampus. Hippocampus. Or in common it is called as seahorse. Hippocampus or seahorse. They are marine. These fish are marine. So I will give you some examples of freshwater fish which your mom eats. That is rohu. Rohu. And it is biologically called as Labio rohita. Labio rohita. This is freshwater fish and most commonly used by not all the people but maximum. So next example is your catala. Catala is another freshwater fish. Then clarides or magur, which is called magur. These are the fish which are edible, which we eat. So they are all belong from osteichthyes. Some of them also used or put in the aquarium like your betta fish and angelfish. Betta fish and angelfish. Betta fish angelfish, they are found in aquarium. So here I have told you about cyclostomes, then your chondrichthyes, then osteichthyes, and the osteichthyes is the most developed species of the subclass Pisces. Clear? So here this is the basic characters of osteichthyes, and you can draw the diagrams from your book or from this also and label the parts clearly. Okay, thank you.